Gold hits all-time high. Where does the yellow metal derive its value from? आपने recently headlines देखे होंगे. Gold is at an all-time high, and we have seen that people have very different views on gold. Many Indians believe that gold is the ultimate safe investment and the investment of last resort. अगर आपके पास सोना है, तो उसे आप कभी भी सेल करके पैसे उठा सकते हैं. And on the other hand, classic investors believe that gold is not an investment that pays well. So, where's the truth? As always, it lies in between. अगर आपको गोल्ड को अच्छे से समझना है तो आपको हिस्ट्री में जाना होगा. इकोनॉमिक हिस्ट्री आई मीन. आपको पता होगा कि इन द अर्ली पार्ट ऑफ ह्यूमन हिस्ट्री कॉमर्स वाज डन थ्रू बार्टर सिस्टम. मतलब इफ यू वांट टू बाय समथिंग यू विल नीड टू हैव समथिंग टू एक्सचेंज. दिस सिस्टम ऑब्वियसली हैड फ्लॉज. So humans decided that they need a single unit of currency. And after experimenting with various types of currencies, we realized that gold and silver coins really worked the best. Why? A number of reasons. They looked beautiful, they were malleable, didn't corrode over time, and more importantly, they were rare. Gold and silver की purity भी test करना आसान था. Around the 16th century, some countries started adopting paper money, but फिर भी they decided to stick to gold standard. मतलब for every currency note that the government would print, it would keep the equivalent amount of gold in its reserve. The gold standard was finally abolished in 1944. If you wish to know more about the gold standard, please let us know in the comments. But anyway, मैं आपको इतनी economic history क्यों बता रहा हूँ? Here's the reason. After the gold standard was abolished, gold went back to being just another commodity. What's worse is that unlike silver, it has very limited industrial use. मगर गोल्ड का सिर्फ यूज खत्म हो गया था, उसका कल्चरल इंपैक्ट नहीं. Through centuries, societies believed that gold was something to be treasured. After all, official currency को कौन नहीं जमा करना चाहेगा? This belief in gold translated into an even bigger fascination with jewelry. Families would pass on gold jewelry to their daughters in a marriage as rainy day fund. History lesson यहाँ पर खत्म हुआ. Let's switch to economic theory. Because of gold's historical status as a currency for centuries, many economic commentators believe it is still a store of value. ये store of value का क्या मतलब होता है? मतलब सिंपल है. इसे एक एग्जाम्पल से समझते हैं. अगर आप अपनी करेंसी लेकर कोई शॉप में जाए और आपको पता चले कि a packet of bread that cost 20 rupees a few months ago now costs rupees 40, you will say that you have been hit by inflation. और inflation क्या होता है? It is nothing but your currency losing value against the commodity in question, right? हमने अभी कहा कि people believe that gold is a store of value. अगर आप belief word पर फोकस करें, तो आपको realize होगा कि currencies are largely driven by belief. Everyone decides to assign value to a paper currency because they know and believe that the government will honor its value. What happens during times of inflation? People go out and spend money instead of saving it because they believe prices will rise in the future and their currencies will lose value. Back to gold. Since it is no longer considered currency, its fortunes have waxed and waned, which means its value will come from how other currencies are valued. After all, जैसा वॉरेन बफेट कहते हैं, गोल्ड की खुद की कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. Unlike shares or real estate, it neither creates profit nor dividend, neither can you rent it out. So, after the gold standard was abolished, it traded at around $50. Then, in the late 1970s, the US was hit by a huge wave of inflation. What happened? Since people were losing belief in the dollar, they flocked to gold, which hit a price of $850. By 1999, gold had fallen to $250, a 20-year bear market. Interesting fact, Indians will not have any memory of this bear market, as the price of gold rose from rupees 1800 in 1981 to around 5000 in the late 90s. The rupee depreciated sharply against the dollar, and since gold is priced in the US dollar in international markets, it became costlier to buy in India. मतलब जिसने आपसे कहा कि सोने का भाव हमेशा बढ़ता रहता है, they don't realize that for 20 years it was the rupee that fell, not the gold that rose. Anyway, since then, over the past 2 decades, the yellow metal has climbed to nearly $2,000 as inflation hit the world again. What has been established so far is that gold tends to rise during times of inflation, but it doesn't do that well during times of prosperity. Most experts believe that since gold can serve as a hedge against inflation, it should constitute a small part, around 10 to 15% ऑफ योर पोर्टफोलियो। इससे ज्यादा गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट करने से हायर रिटर्न्स गेन करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी कम हो जाती है, जो आपको इक्विटी जैसे एसेट क्लास से मिलेगी। Also, if you want to invest in gold, you should prefer electronic gold over its physical form, such as gold ETF, that is exchange traded funds, or SGBs, that is sovereign gold bonds, given that it is safer and has fewer charges associated with it. उम्मीद करता हूं आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया होगा। लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें। ऐसे इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक्स पर जानकारी पाने के लिए हमारे साथ बने रहिए इसी चैनल पर, और लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें।
Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.